Greetings again from the American Orthodox Society. This is Dr. Bill Wyatt, and I want to show again here the early uprighting before we had good bonding material, and we had to upright the tooth by just building a wire that would actually pick up the tooth, just like we put a simple spring in there now and raise it up, hook it on the tooth, and we upright it. And learn how to do this wire. You will learn a lot about bonding and uprighting teeth if you can bend this wire and hook it up like that. So I'm going to start out here and show the tooth that we actually uprighted. Now, this lady worked in the office. She was at the desk, and she had this tooth sitting down like this, like here, and it was touching the upper tooth right there. And she said, I would like to get this tooth set up back here and have a bridge put in here and bridge it up here and finish her teeth out. And so we said, okay, we'll see what we can do with this particular tooth and how we can upright it. And I sat down on the bracket table and I drew out the thing that we were going to use to upright this tooth. And you can do that same thing. You could do just the arch wire and do this. So we just put an arch wire in there. It came around like this, and we dropped the arch wire. We come down here and go back in this area. Now you've got to get down here to this area. So we bonded, we just made a loop like that, and we came back over this side over here, and you make the loop again. You come in and you make it like this, and you get it straight. So you put this, you hook this up to brackets in here. Now you will lower this down to where this tooth will touch where we were able to get something on the tooth though to put that in there. So I'll take it back. Now you bring this down, and now this wire is down here, and this tooth is real, and you can take this wire coming off of the tooth, which is straight here, comes down here, you get past it, you tighten this spring up right here, and run that wire up in this groove like that. And so I'm going to erase that and come back with this, come in here, and we'll drop this down, bring it over, bring this where we can pull this down. Now we come down here and we do this one in this direction. And now we're going to lower this down to here. And this is, we have to pull this up. It tightens that spring and put it in that tube right here. And this wire, you have to pull it up and get it in that tube. It'll pick that tooth up. Don't grind it off. It'll do that. Now I put that on her, and I forgot all about it. And about 2 months later, maybe 2.5 months or something, she said, Dr. White, don't you think you ought to look at that tooth? And so I did. I went over and took a look at it, and I couldn't believe it. Now the tooth had raised up, and this tooth above it, it chewed it down and kept it in that place. And that's where, let's look at this wire from another angle here. Now here this wire coming in, it went down, we circled back here, we pull this down, and this is coming over and circling up and going out like that. And now we push this down, hooked it in that tooth, and this wire here, this part of the wire, picked that tooth up and turned it like this, and it bred into the tooth above, and that's all in the world we ever did to that tooth. And it corrected, and we left it like that for some time and let the bone fill in around the tooth, and we just left it until the bone filled in there, and then we had her go and put a bridge in it on the upper and the lower and fill that space up. So there the tooth is at this position, and now we're going to do that with a wire coming over here and dropping it down, come back, run this back over here, and then you, like here. Now we have to twist this up here to get it into that, and it raises that tooth up like that. So that's something you could practice on. If you learn how to do that, you're doing pretty good. So anyway, we got the tooth up that way with just a single wire. Now we would just hook a deal on and raise the thing with just a single wire attached to the other teeth over here. And this is, I don't think we show the bridge after we did that, but there the tooth is, and you see the bone is filling back in. It looks like it's got a lot of space around it, and then the bone will remineralize down in there and fill in, and then you can't tell that the tooth has been moved that way. And this lady, I don't know how her age was, but she was probably 60 years old, 55 or 60 years old when we did this. And this old stuff of your bone won't move and your teeth won't move and all this stuff, it's just is wrong. You can do this, and you can do this on all kind of adult cases. Here we've got a little cantilever bridge just working off of that right there. So there are a lot of things that can be done, and there's a world of adult orthodontics that we're not reaching today. And this has been years ago we started this adult orthodontics, but there was very little attention paid to it. So I hope that the videos will bring this out and people will carry them to who's ever doing your orthodontic work and show it to them so it can be done, and then people, more of them will start doing that. Thanks again for looking. We put a straight wire in there, you see, and just straighten that tooth up, and then she come in and have her bridge put in there, and a bridge up above too. So thanks for watching, and I'm going to close out. There it is again, and there the tooth is. Thanks again. We're going to close out. Say goodbye. Join our group